What's up YouTube? I'm Vaughn and this is the Gear channel where we discuss collectibles, hobbies, competitive games from tabletop to video games, and today we are reviewing the Master Grade Epyon Gundam. Now this is one of my favorite mobile suit, especially I love Gundam Wing so much, so definitely excited to review this Gunpla. Now sadly the market price is a kind of steep. It's about $90. Now you could find it for a little bit less but not by much, so I was very surprised to actually find them for around that price, but I still find it quite worth it because it is a very cool Gunpla to have, and it does have really cool transformation also. Now first, friendly reminder before we begin to like and subscribe because it really helps the channel a lot and I do really appreciate it. Now with that out of the way, let's get started on the review. And here is Epyon in his dragon mode. Now let me tell you that he looks incredible. The only downside is that a lot of the pieces are very loose, so when transforming him, there's a bunch of pieces that actually just fall. Now sadly, the only way for the tail to be really attached properly is actually with this stand, as you can see. So we are going to take a close-up look and check out some articulation. Taking a close-up look, we can see so many cool details. Now the dragon hands are pretty basic and the mouths actually don't open or close that much, not because of just this, but also for some reason the joint keeps on falling out, and all the horns as well. There's a lot of issues with that, but besides that, it's actually pretty decent. You could definitely tell that it's just his legs flipping over, but aesthetically it still looks nice and it's not so obvious. You could make a few changes, like remove the head, change a few things as well so it's less obvious that it's his legs, but besides that it still looks quite good. Now for the wings, it says to display like this, but I actually prefer more to actually open it up. I think it actually looks a lot more menacing with his wings like spread out like this. And even for the tail, definitely very nice. They always tell you to actually just put it straight like this, but I like a little bit of movement that we would do. I'm not too crazy about this piece being there. I don't feel like it's too necessary for his beam to be like that. And for the claws, definitely there's some articulation a little bit, and then you have the actual joints of the arm that you can move it as you like. Now I think we should check some size comparison. Here we have the Master Grade Wing Gundam 0 Verkai. Now let me tell you, the Epyon transformation definitely surpasses the Verkai, and honestly definitely still disliking it because decals are still falling off, but also his transformation is not as nice. Now he is quite long because he's pretty much just laying down, while if we actually check the Epyon, he is a bit shorter, but he is a lot bulkier and he definitely has a better transformation. And speaking of transformation, I think it's about time we transform Epyon. And here is the Epyon Gundam in all his glory. Now this guy just looks amazing. Sadly, he doesn't really have any accessories besides what we show with the tail of the dragon mold. The only thing that is added is pretty much the black wire and the beam sabers, but pretty much he doesn't really come with anything. He just has the transformation and then his two weapons. That's pretty much just the tail of the dragon. But in all, still an amazing Gunpla, and we are still going to do a nice close-up look of it. So taking a close-up look, we could see some amazing details. The whole design of this Gunpla is just on key, so definitely don't have any issues of the aesthetics. Yes, you're going to see some num marks, but not really so much. Now let's check out the bottom half. Checking his bottom half, we can see some wonderful designs, and especially those legs look quite cool, and it's not too obvious that's the dragon heads, maybe just a bit. Like if you did not know that this was the dragon transformation, you would just assume that it was just regular legs, but now you kind of see that they're either the dragons or the legs, but definitely there's no distinction on which one it is. If you notice the weapon on his side, yes, you can actually store like that, but it's not including with the wire, so the wire you still have to store somewhere else. Now I think it's about time we actually check some size comparison. Here he is next to the Master Grade Wing Gundam Zero Custom Verkai. As you can tell, he is actually a little bit taller than the Verkai, which is quite surprisingly. And finally, here he is next to the Master Grade Deadside Hell Gundam, which honestly, I was very surprised with the size comparison because I wasn't expecting Epyon to be just that much bigger as a Gunpla compared to Deadside Hell. And that's it for our review. Now, if you guys enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Like and subscribe. And if you want a sneak peek of future products we're planning to review here on the channel, you can follow me on my Instagram, VaughnGear. I'm Vaughn, and this was the Gear Channel.